Welcome back to the Cash Kicks channel for expert sports analysis. Today we'll be covering the November 26th, 2025 NBA Best Team Picks, Total Picks, and in-depth breakdowns based on previous performances. Stay ahead of the game with our winning insights. And for even more exclusive parlay picks, check out our channel membership. Now come to the video. Detroit Pistons versus Boston Celtics. Detroit storms into Boston at 15-2, sitting atop the Central with a 13-game win streak, the hottest team in the league. Boston counters at 9-8, fourth in the Atlantic, steady at home and fresh off a confidence-boosting win. The matchup predictor gives a slight lean toward the Celtics, but only barely, a sign of how tight this showdown could run. It's a clash of momentum versus urgency, an early season measuring stick with real long-term implications. Detroit arrives averaging 119.5 points, built on crisp ball movement, 27.1 assists, and elite two-point efficiency. The Pistons shoot 49% from the field, dominate the glass at 45.9 rebounds, and protect the rim with 6.1 blocks while forcing mistakes with 10.3 steals. Cade Cunningham drives their tempo, 27.1 points, 9.6 assists, 44.4% FG, a precision engine powering an offense that punishes defensive gaps. Jalen Duren cleans everything around the basket with 11.5 rebounds and high-efficiency finishing. Boston's identity is built around balance. They average 114.6 points, shoot 46%, and post a strong 44.5 rebounds with 25.4 assists, staying poised through structure. Jaylen Brown leads with 27.9 points on 50.6% FG, attacking downhill and scoring in rhythm. Derek White provides control with 5.2 assists, 1.7 steals, and steady spacing. Neemias Queta gives them the interior backbone at 7.9 rebounds and 1.4 blocks, anchoring a defense that's tightened lately. Both teams bring contrasting rhythms. Detroit plays with relentless pressure and turnover creation, while Boston thrives on execution and half-court stability. That contrast sets the tone. Chaos versus control, speed versus structure. The recent form adds fire. Detroit's last five, 122-117, 129-116, 120-112, 127-112, 114-105, all wins, all confident, all showcasing a team closing games with decisiveness. Their scoring depth and consistency have reached peak rhythm. Boston's last five paint a steadier climb, a tight loss to Brooklyn, then a rebound win over the Clippers, and a shootout victory against Memphis 131-95 that reset their energy. Their offense has sharpened, better spacing, quicker decisions, improved perimeter accuracy. But they've also shown volatility when pressured by high-paced teams. The star duel centers on Cunningham versus Brown, two elite wings, each scoring over 27 per night and anchoring their team with contrasting offensive identities. Cunningham's measured tempo, playmaking orchestration, and polished mid-range command collide with Brown's explosive straight-line power, physical drives, and highly efficient shot creation. Cade's vision and distribution, 9.6 assists, oppose Jalen's forceful finishing, 50.6% FG, dependable three-level scoring, forming the emotional core and strategic heartbeat of this matchup. Whichever star successfully imposes his preferred rhythm, whether through control, pressure, or sustained scoring stretches, is likely to determine the eventual outcome. The tactical battle hinges on three elements. First, Detroit's transition creation against Boston's structured half-court defense. Turnovers could tip momentum immediately. Second, rebounding control, Duren's interior force versus Queta's positioning and help coverage. Third, spacing depth. Detroit's shooters stretch defenses just enough to open lanes, while Boston requires consistent movement to generate clean looks. Bench impact may swing late moments, particularly shooting from Duncan Robinson for Detroit and Peyton Pritchard for Boston. Defensive activity, especially Ronald Holland's 1.8 steals, and Boston's perimeter containment, which must prevent Cade from collapsing the defense. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Detroit Pistons winner. Detroit's efficiency, turnover pressure, and superior rhythm give them the edge. Boston competes, Brown delivers, but Detroit maintains control in the final minutes. Balance, poise, and their two-way surge defining another statement victory. My second pick for this match is total over 225.5. Milwaukee Bucks versus Miami Heat. The stage is set in Miami, and the matchup carries weight for both teams. Milwaukee enters at 8-10, sitting fourth in its group and fourth in the Central, fighting to regain footing after a 5-game skid. Miami stands at 12-6 atop the Southeast and playing with confidence after steady early season form. The win predictor tilts sharply toward the Heat, and with group play pressure mounting, this one feels like a measuring stick game. Desperation versus momentum, instability versus assertion of dominance. Milwaukee brings 117.3 points per game, shooting 50% from the field and 38.9% from three. But they surrender 119.3, a number that has plagued them in late-game stretches. Miami's attack hums louder, 124.9 points, built on pace, spacing, and a deep rotation, shooting 48% overall and 40% from three. The Heat rebound slightly better, 46.0 to 38.6, move the ball comparably, 30.6 assists to Milwaukee's 27.1, and protect it with cleaner possessions. Defensively, Miami's 9.1 steals and 4.1 blocks shape a more aggressive blueprint versus Milwaukee's structured but inconsistent coverage. The offensive engines define each team's rhythm. Giannis Antetokounmpo powers Milwaukee with 31.2 points, 10.8 rebounds, and 6.8 assists, hitting 62.9% from the floor. Miami counters with Norman Powell's 25.4 points, Barn Adebayo's interior force, and Keffel Ware's two-way presence, 10.6 rebounds, 1.3 blocks, and efficient finishing. The contrast is clear. Milwaukee leans on star creation and top-heavy offense. Miami spreads pressure across layers, accelerating pace and maximizing versatility. The defining theme, Milwaukee's half-court power versus Miami's full-court tempo, strength at the rim against a storm of perimeter pressure. Recent form only intensifies the divide. The Bucks have dropped 4 of 5, falling in close contests against Detroit and Cleveland and giving up heavy scoring nights in transition-heavy games. Their lone win came against Portland, but the defensive slippage persisted. Miami, meanwhile, has won 4 of 5, claiming victories over Dallas, Chicago, Golden State, and New York, with only a narrow loss to Philadelphia interrupting the run. Their offense has been sharp, their ball movement crisp, and their closing execution confident. The star duel centers on Giannis versus Powell, explosive interior dominance versus elite perimeter shot-making. Giannis's efficiency and facilitating anchor everything Milwaukee does, but Powell's blend of 50% shooting, 38.1% from three, and 88% at the line makes him one of the league's hottest scoring guards. Add Adebayo's all-around production and Ware's sturdy defensive impact, and Miami fields a more balanced three-way threat, especially with home court rhythm behind them. Tactically, Miami's spacing and transition pace challenge Milwaukee's slower defensive recovery, stretching their rotations and exposing gaps. The Heat's deeper bench and assertive ball pressure could force turnovers that fuel early offense and keep Milwaukee on its heels. The Bucks' best path lies in controlling the glass, moderating tempo, and allowing Giannis to repeatedly collapse the paint. But with injuries affecting depth and a recent wave of defensive inconsistency, the margin for error becomes increasingly thin in a high-leverage matchup. The X factors: Miami's perimeter shooting rhythm and Milwaukee's ability to keep turnovers low. if the Heat crack open early runs, Milwaukee may be forced into a speed they don't want. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Miami Heat winner. The Heat's efficiency, balance, and recent momentum give them the decisive edge. Miami wins this through tempo control, rebounding discipline, and multi-layered scoring, a complete performance that keeps them atop their group and extends Milwaukee's climb uphill. My second pick for this match is total over 228.5. Minnesota Timberwolves versus Oklahoma City Thunder. The Western Conference race tightens under the bright lights in Oklahoma City, where the 10-7 Timberwolves arrive searching for footing, while the 17-1 Thunder stand atop the conference with an 8-0 home record and a 9-game win streak. The matchup predictor leans heavily toward OKC, but Minnesota comes in with urgency and star power, knowing a statement win could shift its season's trajectory as the NBA Cup group stage continues. Minnesota averages 120.1 points per game, leaning on physicality, mid-range creation, and strong rebounding. They shoot 46% from the field, 37.8% from three, and generate 26 assists per night. Their defensive frame is anchored by Rudy Gobert's 10.1 boards and 1.7 blocks, while Anthony Edwards provides 1.5 steals. Turnovers hover at 14.7 per game. Manageable but inconsistent stretches have produced recent slippage. Oklahoma City counters with one of the league's sharpest two-way profiles, 122.6 points per game on 49.7% shooting, 35.5% from three, and an elite 84.3% at the line. Their defense is even more imposing, holding opponents to just 105.7 points with length, switching versatility, and backline protection from Chet Holmgren's 1.5 blocks. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander drives both ends of the floor, averaging 32.2 points, 6.6 assists, 5.7 rebounds, and 2.4 steals. The clash is clear. Minnesota's power and shot creation versus OKC's precision, pace, and suffocating defense. Minnesota enters having dropped their last two. Tight setbacks at Sacramento, 117-112 overtime, and Phoenix, 114-113. Before that, they stacked quality wins over Washington, Dallas, and Denver, but their late-game execution has faltered in this recent stretch. They remain dangerous, yet searching for rhythm. OKC, meanwhile, is rolling. Their last five include commanding wins over Portland, 122-95, Utah, 144-112, New Orleans, 126-109, and Charlotte, 109-96, plus a gritty battle with Sacramento, 113-99. Dominant margins, high-efficiency shooting, and stifling defensive tone define their current form. They look confident, composed, and fully in sync. The matchup pivots on Edwards versus Gilgeous-Alexander. Edwards puts up 26.5 points on 46.5% shooting, attacking with power, mid-range touch, and growing playmaking, always capable of takeover stretches. Gilgeous-Alexander counters with composed dominance, 32.2 points on 54.3% efficiency, and a 1.389 true shooting index that reflects MVP-level control. Edwards brings force, SGA brings inevitability. Around them, supporting structure may decide the night. Julius Randle, 24.7 PPG, 9.3 RPG, 5.8 APG, gives Minnesota interior force, while Gobert can control the defensive glass. For OKC, Holmgren's spacing and rim protection, Isaiah Hartenstein's 10.9 rebounds, and the perimeter activity of Cason Wallace and Lou Dort sharpen the Thunder's edges. OKC's balance gives them the tactical edge, a cleaner offense, better turnover control, and a versatile defense suited to disrupt Minnesota's isolation-heavy attack. The Thunder run off misses, exploit cross matches, and create constant pressure through drive and kick actions. For Minnesota to counter, they must control the glass and impose physicality to slow the pace. Minnesota's key X factor is perimeter shooting. If Dante DiVincenzo and Jaden McDaniels hit early, the Wolves can stretch OKC's defense and open lanes for Edwards. For OKC, bench steadiness remains vital, with Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, and Ousmane Dieng supplying efficient, low-mistake minutes. In the end, Oklahoma City's two-way sharpness and recent dominance hold the clearer path. They control tempo, protect the rim, and finish games with elite late-clock execution. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Oklahoma City Thunder winner. OKC's efficiency and defensive poise carry the night, extending their surge and reinforcing why they sit atop the Western Conference with the look of a contender built for every stage. My second pick for this match is total over 225.5, Houston Rockets versus Golden State Warriors. The Rockets arrive at 11-4, sitting atop the Southwest and riding the confidence of an offense humming at 122.9 points per game. The Warriors stand at 10-9, third in the Pacific, fighting to stabilize after an up-and-down stretch. With the win probability nearly split, this NBA Cup group stage battle has the feel of a mid-season proving ground. Houston pushing to validate its rise, Golden State defending home floor to keep pace in a tightening Western race. Houston brings the league's sharper edge in scoring efficiency, 48% from the field, 42% from three, and nearly 79% at the line. Their 49.6 rebounds and 25.3 assists per game power a fast, balanced, motion-driven attack. Golden State follows with 45% shooting overall, 36.9% from deep, and 82% at the stripe, leaning heavily on perimeter creation and ball movement to generate rhythm. Defensively, Houston allows 111.1 points per game with 9.2 steals and 4.5 blocks. Golden State surrenders 115.0 while generating 7.2 steals and 4.4 blocks. The Rockets' strength lies in rebounding and opportunistic defense. The Warriors rely on pace, spacing, and pressure from multiple playmakers. The defining theme: Houston's physicality and efficiency versus Golden State's perimeter volume and creativity. Form tells a sharp contrast. The Rockets have won 4 of their last 5, including emphatic wins over Phoenix, Cleveland, Orlando, and Portland. Their lone stumble was a tight loss to Denver, but overall the margins show stability, controlled defense, consistent scoring, and clutch execution. Golden State, meanwhile, is just 1-4 in its last 5, dropping shootouts to Portland and Miami and falling in a tight contest to Orlando. Only a high-scoring win over Utah broke the slide. The Warriors are scoring but not stringing together stops, a trend that shadows them into this matchup. At the center of the spotlight, Kevin Durant versus Stephen Curry. Durant leads Houston with 24.6 points on 48.5% shooting and 38.4% from deep, buoyed by 88% at the line and a steady dose of rebounding and rim pressure. Curry counters with 28.6 points, 47.6% shooting, 42.6% from three, and a near-perfect 91.4% from the stripe, a masterclass in precision. Durant's length and control meet Curry's movement and ignition. Around them, Alperen Şengün, 9.7 rebounds, 7.1 assists, drives Houston's interior orchestration, while Jonathan Kuminga, 22.8 PPG, and Jimmy Butler, efficient scoring, 1.8 steals, anchor Golden State's secondary punch. Both teams' stars carry the scoring load, but Houston's balance gives its lead option more breathing room. Strategically, this comes down to efficiency versus volatility. Houston's rebounding advantage and turnover discipline fuel their tempo control. Their spacing flows through Durant, Şengün, and multiple downhill guards, forcing Golden State's defense to rotate perfectly. For the Warriors, spacing and speed are the lifelines. Quick trigger shooting, dynamic cuts, and Curry's gravitational pull must crack Houston's structure. Bench depth favors Houston's stability. Golden State's second unit needs a spark from Moody or Podziemski to keep pace. The X factors: Houston's three-point rhythm and Golden State's defensive switching. If the Rockets own the glass and keep working inside out, they dictate the game. If the Warriors hit early threes and force turnovers, the Chase Center crowd becomes a weapon. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Houston Rockets winner. Houston's efficiency, rebounding, and two-way balance give it the tighter hold on pace and shot quality. Golden State keeps it close behind Curry's shot-making, but the Rockets' stability in late-game possessions becomes the final separator. A poised finish from a team playing sharper basketball at the moment. My second pick for this match is total over 221.5. Phoenix Suns vs. Sacramento Kings. The stage is set in Sacramento, where the 11-7 Suns, sitting second in the Pacific Division, collide with the 5-13 Kings, who are clawing to escape the division basement. With a matchup predictor leaning toward Phoenix at 58.5%, this meeting carries weight. The Suns are trying to stabilize near the top of the conference race, while the Kings seek a spark to turn a frustrating start into a statement. Phoenix already holds a 1-0 edge in the season series, but with Golden One Center ready to thump and Sacramento riding a small wave of recent momentum, the stakes feel bigger than a simple group stage battle. The Suns come in averaging 118.5 points, thriving on pace, spacing, and efficiency. They shoot 47% from the field, pull down 43.6 rebounds, deliver 28.6 assists, and generate defensive activity with 10.7 steals per game. Their one blemish, 15.6 turnovers, an issue that keeps opponents hanging around. Sacramento counters with 112.0 points on 50.7% shooting, a strong efficiency mark for a team trying to rediscover consistency. They rebound at 39.1 per game, assist at 26.2, and boast 13.8 turnovers, a slightly cleaner profile. Their defensive metrics lag, however, fewer steals and blocks, and a tendency to give up explosive scoring nights. Booker drives Phoenix's offense with 26.4 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 6.9 assists on efficient three-level scoring, 47% FG, 33% 3PT, 87% FT. Levine leads Sacramento with 21.4 points and 5.1 boards, shooting a sharp 50.7% from the field and 39.8% from deep. Sabonis anchors the Kings with 12.3 rebounds and 5.9 assists as their interior hub, while Phoenix counters with Mark Williams' 8.4 boards and physicality, plus Dylan Brooks' 1.9 steals as their primary disruptor. The matchup boils down to Phoenix's perimeter creation versus Sacramento's interior orchestration. Momentum leans slightly toward Phoenix, 3-2 in their last 5. Inconsistent, but competitive. Their offense has held steady, though defensive lapses have kept games closer than they should be. Sacramento sits at 2-3, but trending upward with an OT win over Minnesota and a 128-123 upset of Denver. Even their losses, fast-paced shootouts against Memphis, OKC, and San Antonio, suggest an offense heating up despite ongoing defensive issues. Tonight's focus is Booker versus Levine. Booker brings control and creation, a polished three-level game paired with 26.4 points, 6.9 assists, and steady efficiency. Levine brings burst and scoring momentum, hitting 50.7% from the field and nearly 40% from three, serving as Sacramento's most reliable offensive spark and a true quarter swinger. Sabonis and Williams define the interior clash, one orchestrating offense, the other anchoring rim defense. And whichever big controls rhythm will dictate whether the game slows to Sacramento's bruising pace or speeds into Phoenix's transition flow. Phoenix relies on spacing, ball movement, and quick reads. When Brooks and Allen create turnovers, the Suns convert them into runouts and open threes, and a low-mistake game makes their offense extremely difficult to contain. Sacramento's path is through rebounding control, Sabonis-led creation, and exploiting Phoenix's defensive lapses. DeRozan, Westbrook, and Monk must attack the paint to open clean looks for Levine, while steady minutes from Schroeder, Ellis, and Eubanks are essential to match Phoenix's depth. The swing factor. Turnovers versus tempo. If Phoenix plays clean, they control pace. If Sacramento disrupts rhythm, their half-court game can wear the Suns down. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Phoenix Suns winner. Phoenix's offensive balance, efficiency, and late-game reliability give them the decisive edge. Sacramento battles, leans on Sabonis, and gets scoring surges from Levine, but Phoenix's shooting discipline and assist production ultimately stretch the gap. In the final minutes, Booker's control and the Suns' spacing seal the win with the poise of a team chasing the top of the conference. My second pick for this match is total over 231.5.